All right, welcome back to another episode of Path of Purpose. This is episode number 4. I'm here with Don Mitchell, who is in tech sales. But what we're here today to talk about is what he's passionate about, which is content creation. So, Don, thank you. Thank you for coming here and just having this conversation with me today. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, of course, Jason. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for this.
Sweet. All right. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about just about your story and what led you to start creating content and also what type of content you create as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I've always been interested in the content creation stuff. I like all of us. I've seen people on Instagram, TikTok, and way back on like Vine and stuff. So always been interested in it, but never had the confidence to do it myself. Um, and and I really once I moved out to college and started my weight loss journey, I gained more confidence as the weight just went down. My weight went down and my confidence went up. So really decided to just start posting things. Created a TikTok channel. Um, you know during college, and I was really passionate about interviews at the time, on the street interviews, where I would, ask people fun questions. I would interview students, all that good stuff. And that's where I really started the content creation stuff. And that did well through TikTok and stuff. But now I am really focusing on the fitness side of things and really trying to motivate others to start their fitness journey and to live a healthier lifestyle. So
Hmm. And just so the audience has just so they know, how much weight did you lose and how did you go about doing that?
yeah, for sure. So I'll just start back in COVID 2020. I weighed 265 pounds, um, and which classified me as clinically obese. I hated the way I felt, did not was not comfortable in my own skin at all, and my confidence was at an all-time low. I think in COVID, people had two routes they took, whether that be, one of self-improvement to where they were reading, they were doing at-home workouts, eating healthy, working on businesses, all that stuff. Or you took the route like I did and played video games with my friends, um, ate as much and whenever I wanted, and just kind of took it as a vacation. And it really caught up to me. So I've always been a bigger guy. I played football back in high school, and being on the offensive line, trying to be a big dude, I was really wanting to be a big dude. But after that was done, I figured, it's time to make a change. So like I said, started at 265 pounds. I made small changes when I first started, whether that be portion sizes, whether that be, walking around the neighborhood at night, getting some steps in, parking farther in the parking lot just to get steps in and stuff. Casually, going to workouts maybe once or twice a week. And, a lot of people don't know when you're really overweight, when you're in that obese category, you don't have to do a lot whatsoever. You can make a couple simple changes that really doesn't even change your lifestyle all that much, and just start shedding pounds very easily. Because when you are that big, you're eating at a calorie surplus of, thousands of calories a day, over what you're supposed to be doing. So I figured if I just cut down the portions, I didn't even change what I was eating, dude. I I just cut it down. Like, um, I kind of tell people the first step to start losing weight is very simple. It's stop being a fat ass, and what I mean by that, not in a derogatory term or way or anything, but like, cut out the super late night sweets. You don't need to be snacking all day, every day. Change your Coke to Diet Coke. Very simple stuff people can do in their everyday life that won't change their lifestyle whatsoever, but can really help you lose weight and help maintain uh, keeping that weight off. But so I back to like the weight loss thing. That's what I did to start, just simple changes, and I really did get obsessed with it and started going to the gym. I would definitely recommend, if you're out there looking to lose weight, get a buddy to do it with you, get a gym partner, whoever that may be, to keep accountable, which helped me a lot. And I took it day by day. I knew it was going to be a long journey, and it definitely was. And at the time, I had absolutely no knowledge of nutrition, working out, basically anything, you know? And so I did a lot of trial and error, and it kind of bit me in the butt sometimes, but I just kept moving forward, doing as much research as I could, learning, being a student of the game, if you will. And it's been really fruitful and really has totally changed my life. So
Mm.
I am 100 pounds down. I weigh around 160, 165 pounds right now. So what I'm doing is, through my content online, I'm trying to motivate others to start their weight loss journey, to live a healthier lifestyle, to, go after what you want, because I love this content creation stuff. I love what I'm doing right now, but being that heavy really got in the way of what I wanted to do.
Mm.
So I think that I think that resonates with a lot of people. Maybe watching or just whatever, that they want to do something, but they're too scared because they might be too big. They might be, worried about how others will think of them, whatever it might be. Um, I was extremely scared to start this, to even tell people I was trying to lose weight, because I've done it. I probably told my buddies 5, 10 times, like, this is it. I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to start doing the gym. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to throw out all my snacks. But it's not a 0 to 100 type thing. It's not a like total flipping of the switch. I think it's gradual, and I think you got to work at it every single day, which I still do. I still, um, work at it, try to learn every single day. So,
Mm.
but it's been probably the biggest challenge of my life. Definitely so far, physically, mentally, spiritually. I mean, it's been tough, but so glad I'm at the point where I am right now. So proud of myself. Um, and it's been good, man. So
Mm.
yeah,
How has that experience, how has that impacted your discipline?
yeah, it's it's made a drastic change. I would say the type, if you knew me as the obese dude back in my freshman year of college, and you knew me now, I there's two different people. It's total difference, man. I was very undisciplined when I was at that weight, and in that time period of my life, I wasn't focusing on school. I wasn't doing the things I had to do. I was very lazy, um, and basically doing things on doing things because of the way I felt. So I let
Mm.
my feelings control what I did. You know, for example, if I felt hungry, I'm gonna go eat, and it's not just gonna be a small snack either. It's gonna be a lot of food. Um, if I'm feeling lazy, I'm not gonna go work out. What? No question.
Mm.
Um, Stuff like that. But now, I don't let my feelings dictate my actions, if that makes
Mm.
sense. I'm unmotivated still to this day, and I don't like. I have gotten a love for working out and eating healthy. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with this stuff, um, but I'm still unmotivated. A lot of days I don't want to go do the runs. I don't want to go work out. I'd way rather, like you said at the beginning, I do have a 9 to 5 job. So after work, I would love to come, just lay on the couch, be a couch potato, watch some movies, eat some good food, especially after a hard day. Like, I get it, y'all. Like, it's tough, but I don't let the way I'm feeling in the moment dictate what I do, because if I don't do the runs, if I don't do the workouts, if I don't stick to a diet plan, it's a slippery slope, and you can really screw yourself pretty quickly. So
Mm.
my discipline I think, has the biggest change in my life. And I think if you can get disciplined in one area of your life, say in my instance, being healthy, working out, right? Um, I think it shows in every other aspect of your life, in your relationships with friends or your significant other, your family. I think it shows in your work that you do, whether you have a 9 to 5 or whatever you do. I think it really um, shows through. So
Mm. Yeah. Wow. After you mentioned how easy it is to start shedding weight, and you talked about how like you just started with making small changes like walking or working out. Was
yeah,
there a specific time that you can remember where things really started to pick up?
yeah, for sure. So I'd say I'd say the first month was me doing the smaller portion sizes. I was still eating the chicken nuggets, or, the Canes and the Chick-fil-A, all that stuff. But I was just not, like I said at the beginning, not being a total fat ass. I wouldn't get 2 meals. I would get one, a normal size meal from Canes or whatever. I cut out the late night sweets. After 8, 9 p.m., I wasn't eating, which I think is just healthy for you in general. Everybody probably shouldn't be eating right before bed, but that's a different convo. Um, but yeah, these changes. So when I saw the most change was incorporating these small changes, like I said, in that first month. But I was only working out, say, once, twice a week. If it was 3 times a week, I was on it that week. I was feeling good. But I saw the most change probably after I lost 10 pounds. I had or 10 or 15 pounds. I had gone to 250 pounds, and after I lost like 10 or 15 pounds, I'm like, this is not too hard. Like, I didn't do much to lose this 15.
Mhm.
Um And so that next month, I hammered it. I was going, you know, um, at least three times a week, um, and still doing the same thing with the diet and stuff like that. And that second month, I really started shedding the weight.
Mm.
Um, and what I have to say about the gym and being overweight, man, it's so scary. If you're out there listening and you're overweight and you're scared of how people will perceive you at the gym, if you're going to get judged, oh, I don't know how to do this machine. Trust me, I was there. I And it was honestly really hard for me, because being an athlete in high school, um, I had everything done for me. Workout plans, I just had to show up to my football workouts, and they told me what to do. So I thought I had a good knowledge of what I need to do to work out and stuff. But once you don't have that, coach yelling in your ear to do X, Y, and Z, you got to make it up on your own, And so after like 2 years of, I did the football thing. I took like 2 years off from the gym. Um, and when I went back, in high school, I was pushing good weight, and it was so demoralizing to get back into it. With one, no knowledge, I had no coach, and two, with all my strength gone. You know,
Mm.
one thing I always prided myself on was, if I'm gonna be a big dude, I'm gonna be a strong dude. You know, and once you just become a big dude, a weak big dude, it's tough, man. It's really tough, because I think people see these huge dudes in the gym, and they know why they're huge because they're squatting 405, they're benching 315, whatever insane stuff, but if you're just big and you can't do any weight, it's like wasting your size basically. So it was tough to get back in the gym, but what I'm getting at here is the gym is such a good community of people, and obviously every community of people has their bad apples, right? We're not all perfect, but trust me when I say if you go to the gym and you need help, I guarantee you anybody there would be willing to help you, show you how to do a machine. Um, Even now, being fit, I go up to guys who I look like way better than me. Like, hey, dude, like, what do you do for your shoulders? Like, what's your favorite exercise? What about for the abs? Like, what do you like? You got a six pack, dude. Like, what are you doing? Um, so I'm always trying to learn, and people at the gym always love to help out others, and at the end of the day, everybody at the gym, you got to think about this. Everybody at the gym is there for the exact same reason, and that's to better themselves. And yeah, sure, Joe Schmo over there has a six pack and, is huge, right? But guarantee you, he is trying to better himself. Like he's mad at himself. He doesn't have an eight pack, you know? Um, Everybody has room to improve, and that's what we're doing there. That's everybody who's there is that's what they have the same goal. So and trust that you might think that people are looking at you, but the other people who you think they're looking at you, they're thinking the same thing that you're looking at them, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So, like, I got scared going into the gym because I thought people were going to stare at me and because of how big I was, right?
Mhm.
But I'm saying other people who you think that are staring at you, they probably are thinking the same exact thing that you're staring at them.
Mm.
They're probably not comfortable, in the gym as well. So
Like,
everybody
why
thinks,
is this guy staring at me?
yeah, right.
Okay,
So
yeah.
um, when you go to the gym, nobody's just gonna, oh, why is this dude, this big dude in the gym, you know? Um, I honestly I love when when you see like bigger people in the gym because they're working on themselves. Like, like I love it. I'm just like, heck yeah, dude. And if somebody overweight ever asks me a question, I am fully going to give them as much information as I can. Whether they need help on an exercise or if they're asking for advice, whatever it may be, because I was that big guy asking for advice one time at one
Mhm.
point, and I had guys in the gym help me out. So I want to return the favor, um, and be a good gym community um, person in the community.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Nice,
I don't
dude.
know. I want to be accepting. I want to help as many people as I can. So
Mm. How how do you navigate the discipline of prioritizing your health and creating content while also working a full-time job?
for sure, it's little stuff, man. So I'm sorry, you said how do I prioritize discipline with juggling content creation and my full-time job, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I have learned to love discipline, which I'll explain this. I love my routine, and when I am on point with my diet, my cardio, my working out, I feel my head is the most clear, my head is the most focused. So it helps me perform, if that
Mm.
makes sense. When I am, not eating like I should, or if I miss a day in the gym, whatever it may be, um, that's when I start to not spiral, but get off track with the content creation, with, being able to focus at work. Um, for me, man, um, it it's not even discipline for me anymore. It's a lifestyle. And diet wise, it's fuel. Food is
Hmm.
fuel. I don't eat food for pleasure 99% of the time. Obviously, my birthday, I'm gonna have some birthday cake. If I do a big race, I'm gonna go celebrate, get some barbecue.
Yeah.
But the other 99% of the time, I am eating for fuel. I need to fuel myself for these long runs I go on, for these intense workouts. Um, I need to fuel myself to keep energized throughout the 9 to 5. Um, and so that's one part of it. I think it's not discipline, but it's a lifestyle.
Mm.
Um, and two, juggling everything, I think it just took time, genuinely. Um, I had to, when I first started my 9 to 5 out of college, I took a break from content creation for about 3, 4 months. I needed to get myself situated in my job. I needed to get the ball rolling, really focus on it.
Hmm.
And that's what I had to do what I had to do. If I could, I would make content, all day, every day and be at the gym. And that'd be so cool if that was my full-time job and that paid the bills.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pay the bills right now. So I got to have a job.
Mm.
Um, so, like I said, I took a break from it for a couple months, and once I was comfortable in my job, I started slowly adding the content stuff. And now I just have a routine to where, you know, I film myself when I work out. I film, eating recipes, um, all this stuff, and it's just easy. I guess it's a lot, but you know, when you gradually work your way to it, it's it's not that hard.
Yeah. Hmm. What do you like to do in your downtime now
Um,
when you have it?
so so I don't honestly, downtime lately has been like active recovery stuff. Like I love going to yoga with some friends. Um I like to go paddleboarding in the middle of Austin. I love to run. I guess it's not really a leisure activity, but it's still fun. I play pickup basketball. I just try to stay active in my free time when I get it. So
Mm. Wow. So even when you're relaxing, you're still doing active stuff.
yeah, I'd say most of the part, but man, I love to watch a good movie.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Love watching sitcoms and stuff. But yeah, dude, I try to stay active.
Cool. And do you feel like you still have a lot of energy even though when you're resting, you're still doing active things?
Yeah, and I think that's fully because of my diet.
Mm.
I do a whole foods diet nowadays, um, or as much as I can, where it's basically for those who don't know what that is, it's basically the only things I eat is um, like animals, like natural animals, like ground beef, chicken, steak, turkey, um, and I eat anything that's grown out of the ground, potatoes. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I don't snack. The only thing I snack on is fresh fruit, but I keep it very simple,
Mm.
and my energy levels are very high with my diet. So
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, nothing crazy there really. Like I guess now in today's time when people hear that they're like, "Whoa, Whole Foods, like foods that are real?"
yeah,
Um,
right. So
yeah.
yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. I try to keep out of, like, obviously I'll have, my cheat days here and there. I get relaxed if I go back home with the family, and they want to go out to eat and stuff, but 99% of the time I'm doing a whole foods diet to where um I think that's just the best fuel. It's
Yeah.
the best fuel you can get. So
Are you using like for fruits and vegetables, is it like organic, and for your meat, how do you source your meat?
So I would love to do like everything organic and stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm a year out of college and I'd rather save the money. I don't think it's not a huge deal to me to not get totally like Whole Foods, uh, like the store Whole Foods, like go there and shop. And like I'll get my produce at Walmart or Costco. I don't care. Um, I feel like a banana's a banana to me. But and I mean, obviously, I think there's definitely benefits like when you say like ground beef, like the all organic, grass fed, ground beef. But I think this whole healthy stuff is what you can keep up at a long time, keep up for a
Yeah.
long time, keep with. And if I can't say, or I don't want to spend the money on, expensive ground beef, then I'm just not, that's just not sustainable. So,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get regular ground beef, and I think people focus on the organic or like, I have to get the highest quality, X, Y, or Z, um, I think at the end of the day, if you're eating fruits, vegetables, and meat, and some good carbs, I don't think it matters too much, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So
Yeah. That's
I
yeah,
know there's gonna
that's
be people who disagree, but that's
yeah.
just me.
That's a fair point, and I think you bring up a really good point in talking about like what is manageable long term. And if you're on a budget, or you're only comfortable with spending a certain amount, it's better to still spend that on Whole Foods rather than like that's your next best bet, you know? It's better than spending
Yeah,
it on like McDonald's or whatever.
yeah,
And like eating, honestly, like eating out is expensive. Even if you're eating out and it's not quality food, it tends to be like more expensive than just going and buying good quality groceries.
dude, it's so real nowadays. Like, McDonald's is a quarter pounder meal is like, I think like around like $15, maybe more. Like, dude, it's insane. Like,
Wow.
don't quote me on that, but I saw something online to where they went and got a quarter pounder meal, um, and with fries and stuff like that. And then they went to the grocery store and got like healthy, ingredients and all this, and was able to make like so much more food.
Yeah.
Um, the homemade fries, all that stuff. So
Yeah, ten
I don't know.
dollars you
It's
could get like a 10-ounce New York strip and some organic potatoes, grass-fed New York strip and organic potatoes
yeah,
and
dude.
some lettuce
Yeah.
and
And I
yeah.
and I totally get it. A couple years ago when uh there was dollar menus and fast food was super cheap, that somebody would definitely want to do that over going to the grocery store and buying healthy ingredients. But nowadays, like it just doesn't make sense to me that somebody would, want to go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever it may be, fill in the restaurant,
Yeah.
um, because it's so expensive, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
that's just
the
my opinion though.
convenience, yeah. The convenience is like the only aspect. The
Yeah,
convenience and
that's
the if people are just like the taste.
it's
That's
fair.
what they want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, switching subjects. You talked a little
Okay.
bit about like when you first started creating content and like
Hmm.
uh worrying about the judgment of others. How did you put that judgment, how did you put that aside and move forward in creating content? How did you deal with that?
Uh, it was tough, dude. It really was tough. Um, but I came to a realization, that I like this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
whether I just I have X amount of like 10 followers or a million followers, whatever it may be. I like to do this stuff and I get enjoyment out of it. And it makes my day when somebody, says my video made them laugh, or, now my video, helped them lose some weight, whatever it may be. But I just had to, get a mindset of like, who cares? Like, I heard this quote of like, um, what are you going to tell your son when, things get tough for him? Are you going to tell him that you quit because, you got some judgment from your friends? What type of life, or what type of, you know, life are you going to live to tell your son one day? That's
Mm.
basically what it's saying. And it really hit hard because I would hate to be, a dad or a grandpa one day and regret that I didn't start something, didn't start the content stuff. I didn't try to lose weight, fill in the blank, just because I was scared of what other people thought of me.
Yeah.
If people would judge me. Um, and dude, I've gotten all of it. I've gotten made fun of. Um, e- Everything in the book, dude. Your videos suck. Like, why are you doing this? Like, this is so lame. But I personally have never gotten hate from a person that's doing better than me. Uh, so I think if people are hating, dude,
Mm,
they're just jealous, or
yeah.
they got
I
something
think
going on within themselves they need to figure out. So
yeah, I think you bring up an important point too in whose criticism and critiques you listen to.
for sure, yeah, I totally agree. If somebody's always putting you down and just you know trying to stop you from doing the things you love, like, why would you listen to them? You know, and in my head, if somebody hasn't done anything, I'm not going to say extraordinary, but um, if they don't got a resume, like, and they're trying to judge you for trying to build your resume,
Hmm.
like, come on, like, what is this?
Yeah.
It makes me mad, dude, that the people who are so scared to, they won't say it. The people who are so scared to um, follow their dreams and will take just like a 9 to 5 job and just forget about, what they really wanted to do,
Hmm.
are the people who are going to immediately judge you for doing anything different than the corporate ladder, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make
The
sense?
yeah, the shepherd won't take advice from someone who doesn't have sheep.
That is the perfect way to say it, dude. Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is a valid concern though. And I think especially like when someone is starting out with something, like I remember when I was first starting out this podcast, I was like, oh, like people are going to judge me based off of like what I'm putting out there. And
Hmm.
I think for me, at least in my own experience, I can't speak for everyone, but I was definitely worried about that judgment. And especially in the beginning, I was more prone to allowing it to influence me. But I feel like as long as we can follow that feeling of knowing why we're doing it, then it's easier to put it into perspective.
Yeah. To add on to that, um, Jason, that dude, I think everybody who's successful has a little bit of delusion in them. And let me explain, because I
Please.
think you have I think you have to be a little bit uh delusional slash optimistic, um to follow your dreams when getting judgment, and backlash, and hate from comments online and stuff like that. You kind of got to be um, a little bit of just tad bit crazy in you, to hear all the outside noise all around you and block it out and just follow what you want to do,
Hmm.
because that's definitely not the majority of people. So that's what I mean by a little bit of delusion, crazy, whatever, because it's not normal for people to follow their dreams nowadays. um, and the people who do are out of the norm, to be honest. People who try things and don't just do the high school, college, corporate ladder route, are different.
Hmm.
And I would like to say I'm different, trying to do this content stuff, trying to, motivate people online, try to build a business, like all this stuff. Um, it's tough, but it's down the, I guess, kind of like the black sheep in the herd, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. So
Yeah. Pursuing your purpose in your career is definitely a black sheep in our culture. And I think people often associate getting the bag or chasing money as a way of pursuing your purpose. But
Hmm.
what I'm getting at is more of passion, passion for doing what you love and being disciplined about doing what you love. And
Yeah.
not to say that like you're going to enjoy every single minute of what you're doing. Like I'm sure there's parts of content creation that you don't love. Would you say that's true?
Yes, majority I do love it all, but there are definitely some parts that are tedious and aren't the most fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's an overarching reason of why you're doing it that guides you through those less engaging parts. And
Yeah,
I
dude.
think
Yeah,
I think yeah, I think that's the important thing. And I think that's also the thing that puts uh the judgment of others into perspective, because it's like I know why I'm doing this. Like if you want to say that, you can say whatever you want. But
yeah,
yeah, I think the challenging part that was in the beginning when someone is not entirely sure if what they're doing is following their passion. And I think that's when the noise can get into someone's head, and that's where it got into my head, at least in the beginning of when I was creating it. I was like, oh, I don't want to create content, like, because then people will judge me, and then how people will perceive me will be different than how I want people to perceive me. But I
yeah,
think like it's way more gratifying to just do what you love, and just to block the other stuff out.
yeah. Life's too short to not do what you love, bro. And
Yeah.
and my thing is, if it doesn't work out, um, I can say I tried. You know,
Yeah.
I tried my hardest. I gave it everything I got, and it didn't work out. But at least I can say I gave it a try. So
Yeah. 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 And I think that example you gave of like having a kid, like what would you tell your son or your daughter? Like would you
yeah,
tell them that I didn't pursue what I love because I was worried about what other people were gonna say?
yeah. That
Yeah.
that that's not what I'm trying to do. So, um, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
What sorts of what sorts of things help put those, or what I would say, what sorts of things can you do to help when you're not feeling motivated to create content? Or are there times, yeah, or there are there even times when you don't feel like it?
I well, dude, I will say, I think I think it's a better, I guess, question to ask if like when I'm not motivated to like work out or do the
Hmm.
things I need to do because, dude, I genuinely have such a huge passion to make content, and like I was saying earlier, like there is a couple parts about it that are tedious and stuff, but I love filming. I love getting better, like, um, you know, getting the lighting just right in a video. I love
Mm,
editing it. I love posting it, getting a good caption. Love seeing the engagement. Like all that. I just love every single part of the process.
wow.
Um, but I would say, um, I'm gonna, I'll answer the question of like when I'm not feeling motivated to like work out or how I keep going, dude, is because when I was obese, when I was, in a whole different person, 265 pounds. It was a dark place for me. I felt like I I wasn't myself. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And I truly knew that if I kept on this path, that I would live a short life with a lot of doctor's visits, diabetes medication, heart problems, everything, dude. It'd be an awful short life, and I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything I have, to this day.
Mm,
So, knowing from where I came from, that's what motivates me every single day to get my ass up and go on the runs, and hit the workouts, and hey, let's not do the cheat day today, cheat meal today. Let's wait. You know, do you really need it? Um, so I think I have like just a inner flame in me because am never and will never allow myself to get back to,
Mm,
that point.
yeah.
So I guess I'm a different perspective, but dude, I think at the end of the day, it's like when you do things that you don't want to do,
Mhm.
whether it's, I'm talking about working out, but this could be, at work, doing the busy work, the quote unquote busy work that doesn't make you money right then.
Yeah.
Um, that's the stuff like that's going to help you down the road. It's going to help you grow. Um, you can apply this to anything in your life. I think the more I try to put myself in as many uncomfortable situations as I can, um, to help myself grow.
Mm,
Whether and For me, that outlet to get in those uncomfortable positions is working out. I go on the extra runs. I dial in my diet more. I My intensity in my workout needs to be harder, so I go harder. Um, and I think, yeah, just at the end of the day, you gotta do shit you don't want to do to grow and
mm,
to better yourself. So
yeah.
I it's a simple answer, dude, but it's really all I got because that's what motivates me, man. Um,
Yeah. Loving
just to not,
discipline.
yeah, yeah, really, it's like the love for discipline. So that's a great way to
Mm.
put it.
What would you be doing if you weren't working a 9 to 5? Like if this was your full time thing, if you didn't have to work.
Um, I would definitely be able to post more for sure and get some more content out. Um, but so what would I be doing if I didn't have my 9 to 5? Dude, I would go full in on the content creation and, making as many videos as possible. Whether that be, the workout videos or the street interviews. I I guess it's such two niches, that
Hmm.
don't really collide, but I love them both so much. Um, and they're just a different they activate different parts of me that I love. I love
Yeah.
talking to people. I love getting to know people. I love, you know, I've always loved like talk shows since I was a kid, like Steve Harvey, um, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, like all those dudes, right? So that's why I started the interview stuff, and I had my own little talk show, and which I loved. And then another side of me is like I had this whole weight loss journey, weight loss story, and I want to share it because I my page is full of healthy recipes, workouts, advice to lose weight, all this stuff, right? Because if I would have had a page like mine when I first started, it would have helped me reach my goals a lot quicker. So
Hmm.
that's the main reason I created my page. Um, so I would just pump out content, dude. Um, it would be great. I would collab with a lot more people, just like we're doing now, with podcasts, um, with other fitness creators, um, all that stuff, man. So
That's awesome, dude.
yeah, hopefully that's the goal one day. Um, and I want to make content and train people. I'm studying right now to complete a CPT exam, which would um, give me my certified personal training, certificate, and I
Hmm.
will be able to train people here soon. I'm gonna have an emphasis in strength training and nutrition, and so I'll be able to like really give people advice from my story and professional, like real personal training advice
Hmm.
to help them out. So I think that's a combo. What I would do is just train people and
Yeah.
make content, dude. So.
Cool. Do you feel like after you're certified, do you feel like you're going to gradually start to have your personal training take over for your 9 to 5?
So that's the goal for sure. Like I think that's the reason why I'm doing it. But I know that's far ways out for sure. So I'm gonna see how it goes, dude. I'm right now, the only thing I'm focused on is getting fit, and I got a couple buddies on a workout regimen I created, and to see how it does. It worked for me for sure, but I want to see how it does with other people, different body types, different strength levels, all that stuff. So kind of in a testing phase right now for sure. Um, and I'm focused on studying and passing my exam. You know, after that, I'm definitely looking to take on clients, to build them personal personal training, or excuse me, to build them workout plans, whether that be if they like hit training, if they like, strength, you know, bodybuilding stuff, whatever it may be. I want to personalize it to them and build people diet plans to, help out on that, because I think 90% of all this healthy stuff is made in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sure you've heard abs are made in the kitchen, dude.
Yeah.
So which they totally are. So, um, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely that's the goal, to take over for my 9 to 5. And
Yeah.
so hopefully this comes true one day. So
I hope it does too.
thank you, man. So,
Well, I think this is a good place to stop. And
okay. Yeah.
I just want to thank you for coming on once again, and thank you for these answering my questions and for a good conversation.
Dude, this has been awesome. Appreciate you having me on, man.